What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Solutions. I'm Kim. Man, I pray that y'all are having a blessed day. The topic for today will be the relationship between the black community and police. So, man, make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the video. Peace out.
So, Cam, do you think police actually protect and serve?
I feel like that's definitely a double-edged sword, just because a lot of people have mixed emotions about police. I feel like I know that when somebody stole out of my car and I filed a report, you know, it took them 2 hours to get to me. And I was on 21st in Indiana and the police station is on 18th. So, you know, for it to take over an hour for you to get to me, and I could have drove to the police station in that time myself, you know. And we downtown, so how much actual violence is happening in the downtown area. But I feel like everybody will have different perspectives, obviously from a skin color perspective, but I feel like it's definitely subjective and it's based on the area that you're in, definitely. I really feel like
That bird.
Like, bro, stop doing your matey call, bro. Like,
That bird, man, that's gonna be our background music.
No, for real. But I feel like it's very important to assess where you are. That's why I'm a firm believer in families having their conceal and carry. And if you have children and you have your conceal and carry, I say show them how to handle a weapon as soon as you believe is okay, just because it's not the gun itself that causes issues, it's curiosity. It's well, I wonder how this works, or they play with Nerf guns and they get a real gun, and that's how accidents happen. So I say prepare your kids. I say become self-dependent, because based on where you are, the police may not be the best answer for you at the time. Hold. What's going on, y'all? It's Cam from Solutions. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to all the black-owned businesses out there. Shout out to all the HBCUs out there. With that said, I hope y'all enjoy the video and that y'all have a blessed day. Bro.
What solutions do you think will reduce crime in the black community?
I say number one, definitely bringing the trades back to schools in full force, just because it's a lot of kids that really either don't believe in college, don't think that they can afford college, or don't want to take on the burden of student loans. In my eyes, bringing trades and to take it a step further, entrepreneurial programs back to the schools would nurture those kids that my mom calls street pharmacists. That would allow you to make the most out of your natural talents, because at the end of the day, if you're a street pharmacist, you're an entrepreneur. You're going out, you understand clientele. If they front you, you understand supply chain. If one of your soldiers go down, you understand improvising, you understand running a team, you understand management, you understand scale, you understand risk management, you understand cash flow. So bringing those programs would basically give them an outlet to use the skill sets that they're already embodying in legal avenues. The trades is something simple. You can do it with your hands. You can make a lot of money. It's need-based. That's never going away. Like crypto, I think that crypto is the future, but I do believe that certain projects will fizzle out, and that's basically, you know, a part of the whole business model. But trades is something that's hard, that's concrete, that as long as people are here, it's not going anywhere. And if people aren't here anymore, ain't no need for you to be figuring it out. In my eyes, another thing that would be lucrative is a community need-based survey. So either something door-to-door in like the form of a mail, like in the form of physical mail. It could be email or phone numbers. If there's something that has the contact information of local owners, you may not even be an owner. Most of them may be renting, so getting the numbers from the landlords so they can contact the tenants, and just sending surveys. So having preset things like, we know that we need grocery stores, we know that we need dental practices, we know that we need doctor's offices, we know that we need those types of things. So having those is like what's the kind of test we all like? Multiple choice. So having those is like a multiple choice, check all boxes that apply. and then having at the end, an other section where you can type in whatever you think the community needs, and you can do a tally. You can see what's the most consistent answer, and that'll give you an idea of what the community needs. Then you know what kind of business to put in that community that will actually be successful. And with the entrepreneurship program, which is basically ran by individuals that run their own companies, you can show them how to come into the community, how to market properly, how to have high quality customer service. That's something where our people fall short, and I believe that part of it is the business being receptive to constructive criticism, and the other part is the Black community opening their mouth and providing feedback opposed to just going to the other side for their answer. Next, I believe it's very important that they introduce male mentorship programs, and to be honest, I really don't think that the male mentors should be, you can have them, but I say kind of stay away from police officers, and I say stay away from judges, just because that may rub some of the students the wrong way, just with the whole F the police ideology that Black people embody, which is natural over the course of history, but I'd say kind of avoid that, because you'd be building a wall before they even got a chance to speak to them, to hear their experiences. They have to be relatable. Whoever you bring to the stage, they have to be in a position that other kids want to be in, the kids want to be in, and they have to be relatable so they can actually hold a conversation that the kids will feel in their heart. Because you may be a teacher watching this, and you like, I deal with a bunch of knuckleheads. Well, if you say the right thing that made that knucklehead like that, then you're gonna reach them. Some of them, like people that just listen to Lil Durk, that I'm from where you got some money and you still bad, you just do stuff because it's cool, whatever. They followers, they gonna fall in line regardless. But the kids that's bad because that's what they grew up around, and they gotta carry a gun to protect themselves every day, just going to and from school, they're gonna be receptive to you putting those male mentors in front of them. It's very important that we bring the Black family back to fruition. It's here, but it's not prevalent enough. And to be honest, it's not put on the front lines and broadcasted the way that it needs to be. A lot of people don't see the power of having a strong Black family. First of all, it'd be difficult for you to build a legacy and continue your lineage if you don't have a strong Black family. It's difficult for you to build a strong Black family if you got a baby mama and y'all living in different houses, and your mom is bringing different men around you, or the dad is bringing different women around the son. Like, all of that, everything that you do is you set an example. If your parents told you, do as I say, not as I do, that doesn't go for the things where it would still be a bad idea if they was grown. Your kids should never smoke cigarettes, so don't smoke cigarettes around your kids. Like, those are things that you have to be cognizant about. Absolutely. And I focus specifically on male mentoring. The women are important as well, but to be honest, if there were strong male figures in our community, the women will fall in line. The women will have no problem walking in their femininity. A lot of women nowadays are masculine because they saw that their mom had to be masculine, because there was the lack of a male figure in the home. When you go look at a Black family that has structure, they may both be working. It may be the man working and the woman not. It may be the woman working and the man not. There's all types of structures nowadays. But what you'll see is, you'll see a level of harmony. And you'll see that the woman can live in her femininity and the man can live in his masculinity, regardless of finances, regardless of what other people are saying about them and their family. So those of you all that y'all got a spouse that's, and you know that's the one, y'all know what I'm talking about. So find somebody, even if it's somebody that you don't even know, find somebody that you believe has a successful relationship and just pick their brain, because it has a lot more weight to it than we think. I believe that it's very important that we place a special emphasis on personal counseling in the schools. First of all, after they shut down hundreds of schools on the west and south sides in 2012 and 2013, there was a war this summer after, which is no consequence. So in my eyes, you have a lot of kids with no outlet, no businesses in their community that give them something to do, like going to a fair or like riding on a river, something simple that they can actually go and do, like Sky Zone, all things that they can do for fun, opposed to doing what the people around them are doing, which is gang banging, drinking, smoking, doing whatever to be cool. or doing it to escape their reality. Because I know some people do it as a coping mechanism, which I completely acknowledge. But the counseling will give them an out, and they'll have an ability to speak. And that's what will introduce bringing that personal counseling is what will introduce the emotional intelligence that's necessary for us to have strong Black father figures, which is what's necessary for the Black community to thrive in general. Because if you cut the head off, the snake will fall.
Do you think there's anything that contributes to the crime rate in the Black community that goes over people's heads?
The number one thing I want to acknowledge is the affordable housing programs. I feel as though whenever you place income restrictions on people, and whenever there's government assistance is necessary for some, but there's a real sense of, and my mom is a DCFS agent, so I see this firsthand basically every day. There's a real sense of reliance on the system, and they want you to be below a certain level of income and, to be honest, stay in a certain mentality. And until you realize that you can't be reliant on those systems, you will never think for yourself. As long as you allow HUD to think for you, HUD will dictate your actions. HUD will dictate where we end up as a people. I believe that it's very essential that you have positive influences. To be honest, the parenting nowadays is subpar. And I feel like you really have to, as a parent, everyone, you have to assess where you are and really how you can improve. Like, I know that with my kids, I'm gonna tell them, like, if I tell them not to do something, I'm gonna tell them why, just initially. I'm not gonna tell them you gotta repeat yourself, all of that. If you tell them not to do something the first time and you tell them why, then they'll have it subconsciously in their mind, like, dang, well, I shouldn't climb the shelf to grab this cereal because I might fall and hurt myself. So some kids got to learn the hard way, but if you tell that to them and then they think about it like, dang, I really could hurt myself if I try to do this, then they will naturally not do it again. Some kids are just rebellious, but they're rebellious because they don't understand why, or they just naturally like that because they want to get back at you or whatever. But as a parent, you have to read all of that. So you also have to be aware of what you're putting into your child. I'm gonna be honest, when I came home, my dad was playing Jeezy and Wiz Khalifa. We listen to Currency and Wiz Khalifa, which I carry with me to this day. But those of you all that are familiar with their music, they talk about businesses. Like, they talk about Jet Life and Cookies. Cookies is a 9-figure brand. They talk about being a businessman. They talk about how you handle yourself. They talk about basically enjoying your life, opposed to a lot of the music that's glorified and the rappers that are idolized nowadays is talking about, I'm from where you got some money and you still bad, or talking about killing the next person, opposed to focusing on taking back our continent. Like, I was just talking to my mom, I was like, if we went as hard behind our heritage as Hispanic people do for theirs, do you know where we would be as a people? Like, think about all the Mexican flags that you've seen. It don't matter where you are. If you're in the United States, you probably done seen at least 5 Hispanic flags a day. And they have a tight-knit community. And it's not just community-based. It's not uppity Negroes in the slums, the ghetto, the hood that you want to make it out of. It's us as a people. They have a sense of unity that we lack as a people, which is why they dominate us. Now, some people, all Black people are thriving the whole 9 yards, but my thing is, what we're doing right now is we're going over solutions that will allow you to amplify that will allow you to stop, number one, idolizing people that aren't contributing to the improvement of our community, and number two, allowing us to scale. A lot of these Fortune 500 companies, they primarily owned by people that aren't people of color. As a parent, you lead by example. So it all starts with self. What are you listening to around your child? What are you doing around your child? What are you pouring into them? Are you messing around with multiple people around your child? Because even if you're a man, and it's in our community especially, it's glorified if you got hoes and all of that, but you know, what is that doing for our people? You know, you got hoes, but you're not leaving a legacy. So you wealthy, you go marry you end up marrying a white woman down the line because all Black women is just hoes to you at this point, because you done came up running through them, and the one good one that you had, you didn't acknowledge her because you was young and you was in your immaturity and you was being a follower realistically. now you go marry a white woman because they more structured than black women. When in reality, it was a problem from the source. It's about addressing the source. In my eyes, the police, they just put a band-aid over the issue. If you bring strong parenting and you bring these resources back into the community, you'll solve the problem at the source. If you notice, in the more affluent communities, there is less of a need for police because they understand they are living in abundance, but there's also a mentality difference. If there's a sense of, there could be a sense of community in the hood. Everybody know one another, everybody work together. Y'all may end up, if y'all wasn't on Section 8, like I know that that's a very sensitive topic, so I want to address that. I know some people need that. But my thing is, as soon as you can, as soon as you stack some bread, as soon as you financially able to come off of it, do it and take your opportunity, because that's what's necessary for us to scale. The last thing for this section is definitely bringing businesses to the community. If you live in the hood and it's a Burger King, gas station, liquor store, abandoned building, barbershop, liquor store, you have nothing to do. If you're downtown, first of all, in the hood, the buildings are probably dilapidated. That's not even somewhere that you can wake up and enjoy walking up and down the street. Even if you take a metro ticket downtown by yourself and you just look around, just change your environment, change your thinking, get around, I can't say get around people that think differently than you. Ideally find people that are in your community that have a growth mindset if you can. Even if they in the drug game, like find ways to take mentorship from a distance. Don't get involved in it. Because I know that uppity Negro syndrome is real, and other races may not be receptive to helping you, especially if you look like the neighborhood that you're coming from. I'm just being real with you. But when you bring those businesses like Sky Zone, and you have the different restaurants like with the smoothie bowls and healthier food alternatives, and Sky Zone, paintballing, ATVs, like that type of stuff, you need money for it. But that's why you bring entrepreneurial programs. That's why we lead with that. Because when you bring the trades and entrepreneurship programs back into the schools, now you put money into the community. And those people that go into trades and entrepreneurial programs, you have to make sure that you reinvest your money into the community. So now there's a place that you actually want to live in. So now you can afford to do paintballing. You can afford to go to Sky Zone. Now the communities, it looks better. It's a place that people want to be. It's healthier food alternatives. People feel better about themselves, so they naturally incline to treat the next person. If you love yourself, you probably gonna project that love unto others. So now it's like you can go to the park without having to carry a gun. You can go to school without having to carry a gun. You understand that you shouldn't be into it with somebody from the next block. I understand some of you all have grudges. You all may be at wars, blood, long lines. But those of you all that are fake gangbangers and those of you all that are getting into gangs just because it's cool, not because you have to protect yourself, you have to stop being a follower and you have to be yourself. So now the communities are safer. So now it's opportunities in the community. Now the black dollar can circulate in the black community for longer than 8 hours. So now you can afford to do these activities and you can afford to build up the black community. And that's why they bombed Black Wall Street in Tulsa, because they don't want to see the black community thrive. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it because you're black. Don't let nobody tell you that all black people don't collaborate, or all black men ain't nothing, or niggas ain't nothing, or black women ain't nothing. Don't let nobody tell you that, bro. Be the difference. Be the difference that you want to see. So man, with that said, if y'all had any type of feedback, I don't even care if you feel strongly about your emotions, just put it in the comments. And we'll either create a video for it or we'll type a response to it, because like I said, same thing with the black businesses. We need to hear constructive criticism. We need to hear different perspectives. You may have something on your mind that I haven't addressed that you want addressed in the future that you believe is relatable, that you think other people need to hear as well. Drop that in the comments. You may completely disagree with what I have to say. Drop that in the comments, because what we'll do is we'll respond and we'll have a conversation. It won't be an argument, it'll be a conversation. So now we're showing the different perspectives and why we have our perspectives. And now we respect one another because we have a level of understanding. We have emotional intelligence. We're not just pulling a gun on one another because we have a discrepancy. I love y'all. Shout out to all the black businesses out there. Make sure y'all like I said, comment and subscribe if you're messing with the content. Man, I pray that y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.